Exclusive contract novel from Feilu Novel Network. Kiba. Gan Fanfu Yue, the strongest clan leader of Uchiha Yosuke, travels through Hokage and becomes one of the members of the Uchiha clan. After experiencing the Third Ninja World War, he serves as the deputy captain of the Kiba Police Department. He can't bear to watch Uchiha Fuyue's various brainless operations. Decide to become the clan leader and save the Uchiha clan. At this time, there are still 6 years left until the night of extermination. And his golden fingers, when their proficiency reaches 100%, can break the limit and generate evolution. Fire Escape, 100% proficiency, has evolved into Fire Escape Chakra Mode, 0.1% proficiency. Sangoyu's Sharingan, 100% proficiency, has evolved into a Kaleidoscope Sharingan, 0.1% proficiency. At the clan meeting, he angrily attacked Uchiha Fuyue, stunned for 3 generations, and became the new Uchiha clan leader. The legend of the God of Ninja also began from then on. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. On the night of the destruction of the clan, Uchiha, let me save you. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Wood leaves last for 50 years. My village, Yuzhibo ethnic land. Congratulations to clan leader, congratulations to clan leader, the rise of Uchiha is just around the corner. Yeah. Itachi graduated within a year of enrollment and is no less impressive than Chimu Kakashi. Haha. The strongest family in Kiba still wants us Uchiha. At the home of clan leader Yuzhibo Fuyue, everyone pushed cups and exchanged them. Congratulations and praises flowed endlessly. Today is the day when the eldest son of the Uchiha tribe, Uchiha Itachi, graduates. Itachi graduated early and became a ninja after only 1 year of enrollment. Such outstanding performance can be considered as the first genius of the Uchiha family, and the people of the clan naturally want to celebrate it. Yuzhibo Itachi, what a pity. Yusuke Uchiha sneered disdainfully. He didn't come forward to join the fun, just stayed quietly in the corner alone, his mind wandering. Yuzhibo Itachi, the name of genius is indeed not lacking. Unfortunately, we are not aligned with the Uchiha clan and have been excessively brainwashed by the will of fire. I heard that when he graduated today, he was praised by Monkey Flying Sun for being able to think like a fire shadow at the age of 7. Perhaps others, upon hearing these words, thought that Ape Flying Sun / wanted to cultivate Uchiha Itachi to become the next Hokage. The same goes for the Uchiha clan, and many even believe that the position of the next Hokage has stabilized. Kyuji and Bo Youjie are well aware of it. As a disciple of the second-generation fire shadow Qiansho Kojien, I did not learn the techniques of ape flying, sun slaying, sea escaping, and forbidden art. However, my policy towards Uchiha was deeply rooted, surpassing the blue and surpassing the blue. Qiansho Kaijien is only wary of Uchiha, while the senior management of Kiba, represented by Ape Flying Sun / is deeply suspicious and wary of Uchiha. From the beginning, Uchiha was recognized as a naturally evil tribe. How could Monkey Flying Sun / pass on the position of Fire Shadow to Uchiha, who is naturally evil? Yuzhibo Itachi, a renowned filial son. Uchiha Yosuke took a deep look at Uchiha Itachi, who was surrounded by a crowd, and then turned around and left. He wouldn't have come to such a boring celebration banquet if it weren't for Uchiha Fuyue inviting him. As an elite member of the Uchiha clan and deputy captain of the police department, he holds a high status within the clan. Leaving the door and looking back at the brightly lit hall, Yuzhibo murmured to himself. Time is running out, we must take action as soon as possible. In the depths of the Yuzhibo tribe, there is a 2-story exquisite small Western-style building. This is Yusuke Uchiha's home. Uchiha Yosuke sat cross-legged, his excitement hard to conceal. Today, I should be able to open the kaleidoscope writing wheel right? System. Uchiha Yosuke called out in his heart. Immediately, a mysterious and unpredictable light curtain appeared in his consciousness space. Fire Escape Chakra Mode, Proficiency 47.2%, 3 Goju Writing Will Eyes, Proficiency 99.9%, Wood Leaf Fluid Technique, Proficiency 74.3%, Uzi Wave Flow Swordsmanship, Proficiency 92.5%. The interface is simple and clear, with only 4 lines. The function of the system is also very single, and when a certain skill reaches 100% proficiency, it will automatically evolve. The Fire Escape Chakra mode evolved from his major in the Uchiha family's Fire Escape Ninjutsu. This ability is a bit like burning fruit that even dogs in the pirate world don't eat. Right the wheel eye. Looking at the proficiency of Sangoyu's Sharingan, Uchiha Yosuke let out a soft drink. As the chakra flows through his body, his pupils also change rapidly. 3 black jade particles emerged, slowly rotating around the central black dot. Not bad, we can open the kaleidoscope today. Feeling the level of pupil power and chakra depletion after opening the Sharingan, Uchiha Yosuke grinned. 16 years have passed, and he is finally about to gain the power of this taboo. Kaleidoscope Will Eye is invincible at the shadow level. Below the shadow level, all are ants. As long as he doesn't encounter cheaters like Pain, the Kaleidoscope Sharingan can basically allow him to walk horizontally in the ninja world. With this thought, a sense of pride inexplicably rose in Uchiha Yosuke's heart. No. I can't be arrogant, what about being in the shadow class? In World War IV, I can only play soy sauce. What am I really thinking? Yosuke Uchiha quickly shook his head, waking up from that arrogant emotion and feeling a wave of fear in his heart. The power of writing will eyes is indeed very powerful, but it can also easily make people lose themselves. Perhaps it is precisely because of this power that the Uchiha people are all arrogant, ultimately leading to their downfall. Changing the fate of the Uchiha clan is a long and arduous task. After waking up, Uchiha Yosuke shook his head and sighed. Having experienced this power firsthand, he can understand the pride in the hearts of the Uchiha people. 1-on-1, one must flee. This sentence is the most authentic description of the power of the Sharingan and is also a consensus among ninjas. There are only 6 years left until the night of extermination. He must find a way to save Uchiha within 6 years. Chapter 2. Starting from defeating Fuyue, seeking complete determination. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After all, spanning 16 years, he was born and raised in Uchiha. People are not plants and trees, who can be ruthless. Most of his relatives and friends are from the Uchiha clan, so he naturally cannot watch the tragedy of the night of extermination happen. Guiying Tuan Song, monkey flying sun slain, with filial son Yuzhibo Itachi, and the active earth brother in the dark. After muttering about the culprit of the night of extermination, Uchiha Yosuke's eyes flickered with a cold light. These 4 main culprits can be ignored by Uchiha Itachi for the time being, as the other party has just graduated from ninja school and their strength is not too strong, but the other 3 are all genuine shadow-level abilities. To deal with them, Yosuke Uchiha still needs a long-term plan. Leaving others aside, Guiying Tuan is crazily targeting Uchiha, while secretly coveting the forbidden power of the Sharingan. To put it bluntly, Tuanzang has already been on his must-kill list, and Yuzhibo and Tuanzang cannot coexist. In addition, the 3rd-generation Hokage monkey flying sun slash has a rather dirty exterior and interior. Although he does not agree with erasing Uchiha in the original work, he has done a lot of things to exclude Uchiha, both openly and secretly. The brainwashing of the Yuzhibo weasel is also an integral part of the monkey flying sun slash. Turn this once-in-a-century genius of the Uchiha family into a tool for slaughtering their fellow countrymen in their own hands. It is also called for the sake of wood leaves, for the sake of peace in the realm of tolerance. I poo. As for the remaining 2 Mido Men Yen and Watanabe Koharu of the Kiba F4, they are basically the same guy wearing the same pants as Tanzo. However, these two old turtle doves, who were in high positions, neglected to exercise and their strength had already fallen to the bottom. Uchiha Yosuke did not even pay attention to them. Without a kaleidoscope, Yusuke could easily kill these two old guys. As long as we clean up the Jitsuan Tuanzang and the monkey flying sun slash, the two so-called advisors will break through on their own. As for his old classmate Tuzigu, this severe mental illness is a bit difficult to deal with. Yi Yuanlin has died, and Tuzigu wants to destroy the world and create a world with Lin. Yosuke just wants to say that he really has a mental illness, and it's not mild. Tuzigu, who knew about Banny's plan, knew that the Eye of Reincarnation could resurrect the deceased. He doesn't snatch the Reincarnation Eye to resurrect Lin, but insists on executing the Moon Eye plan and indulging himself in the entire illusion. Is this not a disease or what? It can only be said that Banny's brainwashing methods are even more powerful than the will of fire. Sangoyu's Sharingan, 100% proficiency, has evolved into a kaleidoscope Sharingan, 0.1% proficiency. As time passed, a warning sound finally came to my mind. At the same time, a huge and incomparable pupil force flooded into the eyes from the mind. Ah, ah, ah. With the injection of pupil force, Yusuke Uchiha's face began to contort and he couldn't help but scream out in the end. His eyes were as if burning on flames, and the pain was unbearable. At some point, 2 lines of blood and tears had already appeared on his face. Fortunately, this pupil force was quickly injected, and the burning sensation that was painful to the bone marrow dissipated. Who? Yusuke Uchiha was panting heavily, and a few minutes later, he slowly opened his eyes. In his eyes, 3 hooked jade gradually transformed and flowed, intertwined with the central black dot, ultimately forming a windmill pattern. Uchiha Yosuke eagerly picked up the mirror and observed the kaleidoscope in it. His lips couldn't help but smile. Although he had not yet felt the double eyelid surgery, he was already very satisfied with the bulging pupils. With his current pupil strength, who can resist the illusion below shadow level? Moreover, the kaleidoscope writing will eye is known as the art of spiritual reflection. After giving birth for a period of time, the eyes will naturally grow, which is the most suitable pupil surgery for oneself. It is only a matter of time before we can comprehend the power of the gods known as Susanoo. We can start the first step of executing the plan, first take the position of Yuzhibo clan leader. Closing the kaleidoscope, Yusuke Uchiha smiled confidently. The first step in saving Uchiha is, of course, to become a clan leader first. With the kaleidoscope Sharingan and his special abilities, he is basically confident that he can defeat the current clan leader Yuzhibo Fuyue. Chapter 3. Hokage World, Strength is King, Seeking Complete Determination. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The Art of Clone. Yuzhibo Youjie's hands were sealed. After a puff of smoke, 2 identical avatars appeared beside him. Ask Udeohuo and Tiehua to come and see me. Uchiha Yosuke gave a faint command, and the 2 clones quickly left. To save Uchiha, he must first become the chieftain. And becoming a clan leader is not just about defeating Uchiha Fuyue. Yusuke Uchiha still needs the support of his tribe. However, if he personally contacts, it is inevitable that he will lose his identity, and this kind of matter still needs to be handled by 2 trustworthy people. Yosuke has a considerable reputation in the family, and it is not difficult for him to secretly gather a group of supporters. Since the Nine Tails Rebellion, the Hawks in the Uchiha clan have been wanting to arm themselves in a coup. Unfortunately, the clan leader Youjie Fuyue is a reliable dove faction. He has been repeatedly procrastinating and indulging in superficial peace, unable to make up his mind for a long time. Due to this matter, there are many people in the clan who are dissatisfied with Uchiha Fuyue, but they lack a decent leader. The competition for the position of clan leader requires strength, reputation, and qualifications, all of which are indispensable. He participated in the Third Ninja War and served as the deputy captain of the Kiba Police Department. He is known as the Woodleaf Flame Ghost and has perfected the swordsmanship and fire escape techniques passed down from generation to generation in the Uchiha family. Yosuke is fully qualified to run for the position of Uchiha clan leader, and his only shortcoming is probably his age. After all, Yusuke Uchiha is only 16 years old now. Simply wash your face, Yuka throws away many thoughts. He looked in the mirror and began to organize his hairstyle and expressions. The appearance of the Uchiha family is basically the ceiling of the ninja realm, and Yosuke is the ceiling within the ceiling. If there was also an entertainment industry in the ninja world, he could have reached the pinnacle of his life by relying on his appearance. Yusuke Uchiha secured his flowing black hair with a ninja forehead protector, and he wanted to dress himself as mature as possible. His height is already over 1.8 meters, and coupled with his calm personality, it is easy to forget his true age. After carefully dressing himself up, Yosuke put on a brand new upper ninja vest and crafted a sword to cross his waist, and then walked out of the bathroom. His current appearance and temperament are extraordinary and radiant, and anyone who sees him can't help but nod secretly. Uchiha Yosuke arrived at the lobby on the first floor, where the two of Inego and Tetsugo were already waiting. Yosuke, you've finally shown up. What's up with calling us both over so late? Upon seeing Yosuke, Daohua and Tiehua warmly welcomed him. Yuzuke Uchiha smiled slightly and waved his hand to the two, saying, "Brother, don't be so reserved. Sit down and speak." Inego and Tetsuho are two direct members of Yosuke's police force, as well as his former comrades in arms. During the Third Ninja War, they formed teams multiple times to carry out missions, and the three of them cooperated and made many achievements. Seeing that Yosuke was so polite to him, a hint of emotion flashed in the eyes of Inazuo and Tiehua. There was a certain identity gap between them, but Yosuke had never put on any airs with them. Both Daohua and Tiehua have the ability to endure and also possess the three Goyu Sharingan. After three people exchanged pleasantries, Uchiha Yosuke began to get to the point. No one else knows about you coming to me, right? Yuzhibo's face is serious. After all, what he is going to say next is a big matter related to Yuzhibo's fate, and he cannot be careless at all. Don't worry, you specifically instructed us, so we won't easily reveal our whereabouts. Yosuke, what's so important about you looking for the two of us? Seeing Yusuke Uchiha's serious expression, Inego and Tetsugo also became nervous. At the clan chief's banquet, they noticed that Yosuke's expression seemed to be a bit off. At this time, calling them over must be an important matter. Yusuke Uchiha silently observed the two without speaking in a hurry. The friendship between three people is certainly good, but the issue of the clan leader's affiliation is not a matter of friends, but rather relates to the future fate of the entire family. Yusuke Uchiha needs both of them to willingly follow him. Inego and Tetsuho exchanged a glance but didn't speak. They could notice that Yusuke Amada's demeanor seemed somewhat different from usual. A few minutes later, Yusuke Uchiha took a deep breath and broke the silence first. I have decided to challenge the clan leader tomorrow at the clan meeting. Uchiha Yosuke looked solemn and said word by word. Clan meetings are a routine activity of the Uchiha family every month, and those within the family who do not have any tasks will come. What? Upon hearing the words, Daohua and Tiehua stood up, their faces full of disbelief. Yosuke plans to challenge the clan leader. I didn't think I had a hallucination just now, did I? Although from Yosuke's expression, they had anticipated that things would not be easy. But they never expected that Yosuke actually planned to challenge the clan leader. Challenging the clan leader, they are very clear about what it means to be in the Uchiha clan. Unlike other families, Uchiha has always admired military power, and the position of clan leader is only taken on by the strongest. The four words, respect for strength, are deeply engraved in the bones of every Uchiha tribe member. Yosuke's expression is so serious now, it's obvious that he's not joking with the two of them. Yosuke, are you seriously considering this matter again? The leader of Fuyue clan is not so easy to deal with. Yuzhibo's iron fire lips curved into a bitter smile. Yosuke's strength, he is very clear that the ceiling of elite ninja can easily defeat the existence of ninja. Chapter 4. Revitalizing Yuzhibo, Seeking Collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Even if the two Uchiha ninjas work together, it may be difficult for them to resist 10 moves in front of the U interface. If Rice Fire were to choose the king among the elites, he would undoubtedly choose Yusuke. But clan leader Uchiha Fuyue, that's a real shadow-level powerhouse. In the Third Ninja War, the title of Fierce Yuzhibo Fuyue was second only to the ruthless, yellow flash Pofengshui Gate, which had already become the fourth-generation Hokage a few years ago. Although the title of Kiba Flame Ghost by Yusuke Uchiha is quite impressive, it is still slightly inferior by 3 points compared to Fierce Eyes Fuyue and Yellow Flash. Challenging the leader of Fuyue clan is not just for fun. Even if it's Youjie, it's probably difficult to win, right? Uchiha Inaho also looked worried, and in his words, he completely did not believe that Uchiha could defeat Uchiha Fuyue. The authority of the clan chief is not to be challenged. Those who fail to challenge the clan leader will face very severe punishment. Regarding the doubts raised by the two, Yusuke Uchiha remained noncommittal and just watched them quietly. Yuzhibo's iron fire face showed a hint of contemplation, and suddenly a surprised gleam appeared in his eyes. Yosuke, do you have any trump cards that can defeat the clan leader? If that's the case, I'm willing to support you as the new clan leader. Upon hearing Tai Hua's words, Ina Hua's face also showed a sudden realization. Yosuke has always been mature and steady, always planning before acting, making people feel very wise. When facing crises on the battlefield in the past, Yusuke Uchiha always maintained a calm and composed attitude, leading them to turn the tide. Thinking of this, Uchiha Inago couldn't help but show a hint of surprise. He had long been dissatisfied with the current clan leader, Yuzhibo Fuyue. If Yosuke could replace him, he would naturally raise his hands in favor. Yuzhibo and Daohua spoke excitedly and asked. Yosuke, do you really have confidence in challenging the clan leader? Uchiha Yosuke gave a relaxed smile. Of course, I never do anything without confidence. Seeing Yusuke Uchiha so confident, Inazuo and Tetsuo's hearts were instantly overwhelmed. Isn't it just a challenge to the clan leader's authority for my brothers? The labor and management have done this. Uchiha Yosuke smiled slightly, and these two people finally didn't disappoint him. Nowadays, Yuzhibo is no longer what he used to be, and there are not many people who have the courage to challenge the authority of the clan leader. Ordinary Yuzhibo people, upon hearing his statement of committing the following offenses, are they likely to immediately inform the clan leader? Kaleidoscope writing will I. Uchiha Yosuke's eyes closed and opened, and his pupils rapidly changed. Sangoyu rotates and connects, forming a rotating windmill pattern in the eyes. Since the two of them have made up their minds, he no longer needs to conceal his strength. This. Youjie, you. Watching the changes in Uchiha Yosuke's pupils, Inazuo and Tetsuo were stunned and dumbfounded. They had never seen the wheel eye of this pattern before, but it was not difficult to guess the truth. After all, the story of Uchiha has only been a few decades. A kaleidoscope with will eyes. You have actually mastered this power, Youjie. The fanaticism inside Inazuo and Tiehua could hardly be concealed, and their muscles were trembling with excitement. Kaleidoscope writing will I. These are the eyes of the ninja world Shura Uchiha like ripples. The kaleidoscope Sharingan represents the ultimate power of the Uchiha family's pupils. With these eyes, it is almost certain that Yujiro will take on the role of clan leader. Haha. Yuzhibo Tiehua suddenly burst out laughing happily. Youjie, you have shown me the hope of Uchiha's resurgence. Unconsciously, Yuzhibo Iron Fire shed 2 tears. Uchiha clan, it's difficult. Over the years, the senior management of Kiba has never heard of the exclusion of Uchiha. After the Nine Tails Rebellion, Uchiha was almost exiled by the entire clan. This unreasonable arrangement is difficult for even ordinary ninjas to accept, let alone the naturally proud Uchiha. And now, Yosuke has unleashed the ultimate power of Uchiha, the Kaleidoscope Sharingan. As long as he can become the new clan leader, Yuzhibo is afraid that he may not have the opportunity to shed his former shame. The two of them firmly believe that one day Yosuke will lead them to revive Uchiha. Is Chimu Kakashi, the son of Kiba Baya, excellent at ninja at the age of 12? The descendant of Uchiha Mirror, Uchiha has an unparalleled talent for stopping water. In the eyes of Inego and Tetsugo, Yusuke Uchiha's talent is definitely higher than theirs. One day, Uchiha Yosuke, the Kiba Flame Ghost, will definitely surpass the former Yellow Flash 4th Generation Fire Shadow Wave Feng Shui Gate. Chapter 5. The Power of Uchiha. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The power of the Kaleidoscope Sharingan is beyond doubt, and ninjas below the shadow level cannot resist it. Even for shadow level powerhouses, facing the Kaleidoscope Sharingan can be very tricky. Yuzhibo is known as the strongest clan in the ninja realm, and this is completely traceable. Yosuke, are you really determined to replace the clan leader? Yuzhibo Daohua asked his last question in his heart. Although there are many people in the clan who are dissatisfied with the clan leader Uchiha Fuyue, this does not include Uchiha Yosuke. The clan leader's family had just produced a stunningly talented younger generation, but Yosuke suddenly stood up and wanted to become the clan leader. This kind of thing does make the Rice Fire and Iron Fire feel a bit abrupt. I don't actually want to, but that's absolutely necessary. Yusuke Uchiha shook his head, his eyes unusually firm. Yuzhibo Fuyue treated him well and even blocked many open and hidden arrows. As the younger generation of Uchiha, one of the two most outstanding geniuses. Yusuke Uchiha is also often targeted by the senior management of Kiba. As long as he leaves the Uchiha clan territory, there will be people from the dark side responsible for monitoring. If it were not for the identity of the deputy captain of the police department, it would be possible for the root of the group to directly attack him. If Yuzhibo Fuyue can guide Yuzhibo correctly, it doesn't matter if Youjie mixes with him himself. Unfortunately, Yuzhibo Fuyue has always been indecisive, and such a person is not suitable for commanding the Yuzhibo clan now. Yuzhibo Fuyue has no idea where the family's problem lies. Simply compromising with the high-ranking officials of Muye, intensifying the conflict between the tribe and the village, will eventually lead to the extermination of Yuzhibo's clan. Uchiha Yosuke lifted his head and let out a long sigh. The Uchiha clan is not just targeted by high-ranking officials like Kiba. The law enforcement of the police force is easy to offend people, and the major families of Kiba and even the civilian ninjas basically hold malicious intentions towards Uchiha. Even if Uchiha can successfully seize power through a coup, no one will support Uchiha's people as a fire shadow. People's hearts have always been controlled by the fire and shadow lineage. Formerly a thousand-handed brother, now led by Ape Flying Sun / the high-level leader of Muye. Yuzhibo lacks the support of everyone, which is the root of the problem. After the death of the second-generation Hokage, Ape Flying Sun / shamelessly gave himself the title of the strongest Hokage. To Yusuke Uchiha, this is simply a joke. How come no one dares to jump out when the pillars and spots are active? The two gods have come to an end, and the thousand-handed gate, which is not completely forbidden by water, has also perished with the gold and silver horn brothers in Yunin village. Then, various exaggerated names emerged like mushrooms after rain. Half-divine mountain pepper fish half-hidden, strongest fire shadow Ape Flying Sun / strongest wind shadow. It's ridiculous that most people in the ninja world actually believe in these titles. Only guys like Tsukiyoshi Inoki, who used to dance, can stay awake. Yuzhibo Fuyue never thought about changing the impression of Yuzhibo among the people of Kiba. He simply naively believed that as long as he could peacefully coexist with the senior management of Kiba, he could gradually resolve the crisis faced by Uchiha. Unfortunately, this is absolutely impossible. Why is the senior management of Kiba targeting Uchiha? Did it distort the will of the second-generation Hokage? Is it the rebellious and unruly Uchiha clan? At the end of the day, it's just a fear and covet for the power of Uchiha. A few years ago, the liberated Nine Tails left the entire Konoha helpless, but the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan was able to easily control the tailed beast. Imagine, once the human pillar power of Kiba is controlled by Uchiha, can the current Kiba executives still ensure their power and status? Pifu is innocent and harbors a guilty conscience. It doesn't matter whether Yuzhibo has any ulterior motives. Once Yuzhibo has ulterior motives, no one can control it, which is the key. The old folks are not very strong, but they are very persistent in controlling the power in their hands. The Bofeng Shui Gate has become the fire shadow of the 4 generations, and the monkey flying sun still holds real power like the Supreme Emperor. As for Tuanzang, no matter who is the Hokage, he is the second emperor in the dark of Mai. For people like Tuanzang, the power that cannot be controlled in their own hands is a threat. If it cannot be used by me, it can only be suppressed, excluded, or even destroyed. Over the past 2 years, there have been many unknown missing members of the Uchiha tribe. According to Yusuke Uchiha's estimation, the bodies of those people are mostly lying inside the roots of the group's hiding place. According to the original timeline, it won't be long before Tuanzang will launch a surprise attack on the genius Uchiha, who is also known as Instant Stop Water. Now there are only 4 years left until Yuzhibo Jishue dies. Tuanzang must have transplanted the Sharingan and is secretly practicing the incomplete forbidden technique of the Uchiha family, the Ishinaki. The power of writing will eyes is original sin. Even if it were replaced by the second-generation Hokage Kazuma, Uchiha Yosuke believed that coexistence could be achieved. Shinsho Kaijien has strong strength and has defeated Uchiha Kwana, who opened the kaleidoscope. He has confidence in being able to control Uchiha, so naturally he won't do anything particularly targeted. But monkey flying, sun slaying, and Jitsuan Tuanzang cannot do it. Writing will eyes to control tailed beasts, thinking about it makes them feel scalp tingling. Although the monkey flying sun has the title of professor, the elderly man sacrificed his life to exchange his hands for Orochimaru. Jitsuan Tuanzang is even more unbearable, suffering without thorns to assist, and the old order seals half of the bridge. It's a mysterious operation, let's not mention it. Faced with Uchiha Shizuki, Guiying Tuanzai only had the chance to be beaten. He fell victim to a magic spell in front of him, and with the help of Ianaki's surprise attack, he managed to snatch one of Shizuki's eyes. The entire route was mobilized, which allowed Jishue to successfully escape and ultimately commit suicide. My abilities are not good, and I even fantasize about mastering everything. The tall wooden leaves are indeed ridiculous. Although the ninjas of the Uchiha clan are powerful, their members generally suffer from the bad habit of blind arrogance. In addition, the power granted by the police department has led to the excessive expansion of the Uchiha clan. They have all become targets of public criticism, and we still don't know how to converge. It's strange that such Uchiha is not targeted and excluded by the senior management of Kiba. If Yuzhibo wants to change the current situation, he must integrate the strength of the entire clan and unite with the outside world. Strength is paramount, which is also a true reflection of the entire ninja world. Seeing Yusuke Uchiha's resolute attitude, Inaho and Tetsuho no longer spoke much. They have already had some criticisms about Yuzhibo Fuyue, and as long as Youjie is okay here, they will naturally accompany him to the end. Uchiha Yosuke calmly instructed the two of them. I secretly connect with the people who are willing to follow me. At tomorrow's clan meeting, I will officially challenge myself to the position of clan leader. Chapter 6. Public Challenge. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The next day. The Uchiha clan will continue as usual. It's still early, and many important figures have not appeared yet. Yuzhibo's family council hall. Silent and audible, the needle falls. This is the tranquility before the storm. Daohua and Tiehua have already spread the news. Uchiha's hawkish ninja has basically received notification from Yosuke that he is about to challenge the clan leader. The challenge of Flame Ghost Yosuke to Fierce Fuyue is definitely a dragon and tiger battle between Uchiha's fellow clans. Step on. Step on. Step on. Footsteps rang out at the entrance of the hall, and Uchiha Yosuke, dressed in an upper ninja vest with a fan emblem, walked over with a long sword on his waist. As soon as he appeared, he immediately caught the attention of his tribe. Several of them had a good relationship with him and even approached him to greet him. Uchiha Yosuke's position within the clan is no weaker than that of some elders. Among the younger generation, his reputation is only inferior to that of the clan leader Yuzhibo Fuyue. But he used to immerse himself in cultivation and never interfered in the affairs of the clan. Uchiha Yosuke found a secluded corner to rest his mind with his eyes closed, and neither Inaho nor Tetsuho dared to disturb him. Until the appearance of clan leader Yuzhibo Fuyue, the clan meeting began. Yusuke Uchiha finally returned to his position in the first row. The so-called clan association is roughly a summary of the important events that occurred in Yuzhibo last month. The whole process was actually quite boring. Faced with the incessant chatter of statistical data from Uchiha Fuyue, Yosuke, as usual, only felt drowsy. Although constantly targeted by the upper layers of the wooden leaves, Uchiha still presents a thriving scene as a whole. Yuzhibo Fuyue is quite satisfied with the current situation within the clan. This leader of the pigeon sect is still immersed in his old dream of getting along harmoniously with the high-ranking officials in Kiba. The two great geniuses of Flame Ghost Youjie and Instant Body Water Stopping are on par in the world. My son Yuzhibo Itachi also has a promising future. Yuzhibo's future is bright. Perhaps the next generation of Hokage will fall into the Uchiha family at that time. The upper layer of the wood leaves will be easily resolved against nature. The once world-renowned Uchiha will once again shake the ninja realm. However, Yusuke Uchiha is now very clear-headed. The root of Tuanzang has already aimed its sharp blade at Uchiha's throat. If this continues, Uchiha's downfall will come sooner or later. The meeting lasted for almost an hour, and Yosuke almost fell asleep in boredom. At the end of the main topic, Yuzhibo Fuyue stood up and gave a scene speech. That's the summary from last month. I hope everyone will continue to work hard. Yuzhibo Fuyue smiled and looked around. Is there anything else? If not, the clan will end here. Yuzhibo Fuyue's words fell, and some members of the tribe were ready to leave. Many hawkish ninjas, on the other hand, coincidentally turned their gaze to Yusuke Uchiha. Seeing this scene, everyone also vaguely sensed an unusual aura. Is there a situation? Amidst the attention of the crowd, Yusuke Uchiha slowly stood up. Chief, I want to challenge you. Uchiha Yosuke spoke softly, but with a resolute and unquestionable aura. A stone stirs up 1,000 waves. Uchiha Yusuke's behavior directly caused the clan association to explode on sight. How could Yosuke challenge the clan leader? He's not joking, is he? With Youjie's qualifications, the position of clan leader will naturally fall on his head in 10 years. Rashly adopting a challenge like this is a bit reckless for Yosuke. Although Youjie's current strength is not bad, it should still be difficult to defeat the Fuyue clan chief, right? Rushing to pick peaches before they mature is not Yosuke's usual style. Everyone was whispering and had different opinions on this matter. Yosuke and the clan leader have never had any conflicts, and even on the surface, their relationship has always been good. Moreover, Yosuke has always been a solitary person and has never shown a desire for power. Even the position of the deputy captain of the Kiba Security Department was forcibly handed over to him by Uchiha Fuyue, who had driven ducks onto the shelves. How could Yosuke take the initiative to compete for the position of clan leader? This doesn't align with normal logic at all. Those who had already received the notice in advance remained silent and put on a posture of wanting to watch from the sidelines. Since the matter has reached this point, the debate is meaningless. We can only speak based on our strength according to the rules of Uchiha. The smile on Yuzhibo Fuyue's face slowly converged, and a hint of surprise flashed in his eyes. Yosuke, do you want to challenge me? Faced with Uchiha Fuyue's gaze, Yosuke showed no reverence at all. I have no intention of making things difficult for you. But I really don't think you're suitable to be the leader of a family. Yuzhibo Fuyue's eyes gave a slight chill. It seems that you are already prepared. Since that's the case, then I'll do as you wish. Since someone is provoking, he naturally wants to uphold the dignity of the clan leader. Under the leadership of Fuyue, Yuzhibo was already in great danger. If he didn't take on the battle again, he would not be able to continue as the clan leader. However, looking at it from a different perspective, the Yosuke challenge is also an opportunity for him to build credibility. To become a king and defeat an enemy, everything still depends on strength to speak. Yuzhibo Fuyue's eyes narrowed slightly. It can't be used here, let's go to the duel arena. Today, I will give you an unforgettable lesson. Although Yosuke is known as the Flame Ghost, it is evident that Uchiha Fuyue is full of confidence in his own strength. Just a young genius, it's not yet time for you to take over. Youjie is a person that Yuzhibo Fuyue knows quite well. He could never betray Uchiha, most likely due to the temptation of the hawkish ninjas in his clan. A small punishment and a big warning, suppressing young people and showing off one's own strength is also a good choice. Uchiha Yosuke chuckled and replied. It's hard to say who taught who. Chief, you better be careful. The two of them appeared to be at odds on the surface, but their words remained harmonious. This actually made the Uchiha people present secretly breathe a sigh of relief. Fortunately, the two of them had no intention of being enemies with each other. The current Uchiha can't withstand internal conflicts anymore. The current situation of Yuzhibo is very clear to all players on the field. Youjie and Fuyue are both indispensable and important figures in Uchiha. Clan leader Fuyue is known as the Ferocious Eye, and is very proficient in the Uchiha family's Sharingan pupil technique. And Yosuke is known as the Flame Ghost, who has perfected the fire escape ninja technique of the Uchiha family. It's really hard to predict which one is stronger or weaker. Chapter 7. Start of Battle. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fuyue and Youjie have already gone to the Uchiha dueling ground, and news about this battle has quickly spread. The people of the Uchiha tribe are discussing extensively. Did you hear that? Flame Ghost Youjie challenged the leader of the Fuyue tribe. Is it really fake? Will Yosuke challenge the clan leader? Why doesn't it feel too real? The situation is absolutely true. Many people have already gone to the arena to watch the excitement. Dare to challenge the leader of Fuyue clan. Has that guy Youjie developed any new ninjutsu yet? The battle between the Uchiha family's fire escape powerhouse and the master of pupillary technique is really exciting. Within the territory of the Uchiha tribe, the ninjas gathered in groups of 3 or 2, preparing to go to the arena to watch the battle. One of the two most famous geniuses of the Uchiha family, Flame Ghost Yosuke, challenges the clan leader. Who wouldn't want to see such a lively scene? In the duel arena, the topic of who is stronger or weaker between Yosuke and the clan leader has once again sparked controversy among the public. Although Yosuke claims to be a once-in-a-century genius of the Uchiha family, he may still be struggling to defeat the Fuyue clan leader at his age, right? Not bad, although Youjie's fire escape ninjutsu is eerie and unpredictable, the clan leader's pupil technique is very impressive. As Uchiha, the key to victory lies in the Sharingan, and the leader of the Fuyue clan, known as the Evil Eye, clearly has a stronger pupil power. Listening to everyone's less optimistic remarks about Yosuke, Inazuo and Tiehua couldn't help but sneer in their hearts. Does the fierce eye of Fuyue have stronger pupils? Kaleidoscope riding wheel, smiling but not speaking. How could Yosuke do something he's not confident about? What a group of short-sighted guys. Yosuke will surely lead Uchiha to rebuild his past glory. The name of Uchiha will once again fill the entire ninja world with awe. Rice Fire and Iron Fire exchanged a smile. They naturally believe in the power of the Sharingan in the Yuka kaleidoscope. According to family literature, once the kaleidoscope is opened, one can use the divine power, called Susanoo. Once seen, one is destined to die. This sentence is definitely not a sensational statement. In the era without cheating, how many ninjas could fight against Susanoo? Yuzhibo's weasel moves in seconds, and his contribution is indispensable. Huiying Building. Kiba Office. The third-generation Hokage Monkey Flying Sun / is currently discussing important matters with two advisors from the senior management of Kiba. Suddenly, a dark ninja responsible for monitoring Uchiha burst in, his tone very anxious. Lord Huiying. Yuzhibo had an accident, and Flame Ghost Yosuke challenged the clan leader Yuzhibo Fuyue. Upon receiving this news, the advisors of the third-generation Hokage Monkey Flying Sun Saber and Mito Gate Flame Turning Bedroom Koharu were both stunned. Since the Nine Tails Rebellion, the number of ninjas monitoring Uchiha has doubled. To put it bluntly, no disturbance of the Uchiha clan can be concealed from their ears and eyes. Have you never heard of a conflict between Uchiha Yosuke and Uchiha Fuyue before? The flame ghost, Uchiha Yosuke suddenly jumped out to compete with Uchiha Fuyue for the position of clan leader. This is a bit inexplicable, isn't it? Uchiha Yosuke, they are all very familiar, they don't seem like people who can do such things. However, since there has been an incident with Uchiha as the leaders of Kiba, they naturally cannot be idle. The three generations Fire Shadow Ape Flying Sun / made a decisive decision. Let's go over and take a look. Uchiha Clan Land. Dueling Ground. Uchiha Yosuke and Uchiha Fuyue stood opposite each other on a high platform. Off the field, a large number of ninjas from the Uchiha family gathered. After learning the news, most of the ninjas from the Uchiha family gathered here. This victory or defeat determines the ownership of the clan leader's position and also influences the future fate of Uchiha. The ninjas of the Uchiha family are all full of concern about this matter. The pigeon ninjas in Uchiha hope that Fuyue will win and continue to lead Uchiha. The hawkish ninjas, who were dissatisfied with Toyotomi, hoped that Yusuke Araki could rise to power and create a completely different situation from now. As a rising star in the family, Yuzhibo Itachi also followed Yuzhibo Jishue to the duel scene. Stop water, do you think Yosuke can beat my father? Yuzhibo Itachi raised a question in his heart. After a moment of contemplation, Jishue shook his head with a bitter smile and spoke slowly. In theory, the clan leader's strength should be superior, but Uchiha cannot be judged by common sense. Since he dares to challenge the clan leader, he must have his own trump card. I also find it difficult to predict the outcome of this battle. Yuzhibo Itachi was slightly surprised. It was the first time he had seen something uncertain about Jishue. Itachi's worship of water stop is like Sasuke's future worship of his brother. Water is invincible in the world, my brother is invincible. This is completely an alternative belief. Jishue smiled and touched the Itachi's head. Although I am on par with Yosuke, Yosuke's strength is stronger than mine. Many things in the Uchiha family, like Hueduan and Shiruen, are ancestral. Jishue has always regarded Yusuke Uchiha as the goal he wants to surpass. No matter how hard he tried, there was always an insurmountable gap between him and Youjie. He has just reached the threshold of elite endurance, while Yosuke is already the ceiling below the shadow level. His talent for stopping water is very high, but compared to Yosuke, he still has a slight gap. Proficient in ninjutsu, with a perfect mastery, he created the fire escape chakra mode at a young age without the need for seals. Facing Youjie, Ji Shui sighed deeply. Even the former second-generation Huiying Qianshou Kaijian, is that all? On the duel stage, neither of them was in a hurry to take action. Yosuke. You suddenly stepped up to challenge me, should there be some reason? Yuzhibo Fuyue spoke in a deep voice, expressing his own doubts. Although he agreed to the challenge, he pondered for a long time but couldn't find the reason why Yusuke Uchiha challenged himself. Based on his understanding of Uchiha Yosuke, it is absolutely impossible for the other party to challenge themselves for the power of the clan leader. And he asked himself, he had never done anything to offend Uchiha Yosuke. Even in private, there is still a considerable friendship between the two. Uchiha Yosuke suddenly stood up to challenge himself, which left Uchiha Fuyue confused. Yuzuke Uchiha said calmly. Yuzhibo is facing a life and death crisis, and I don't think you have the ability to guide the family correctly. He is completely honest, a leader of the Pigeon faction really can't help Yuzhibo get out of the predicament of being surrounded by enemies. Yuzhibo Fuyue always harbors the naive idea of peaceful coexistence with the senior management of Kiba in his heart. This ideal is too unrealistic. Accustomed to the cruelty of war, Uchiha Fuyue has always had a certain obsession with peace. It is precisely because of this obsession that Uchiha Fuyue has never been able to recognize the true face of the high-ranking officials in Kiba. Yuzhibo Fuyue chuckled at himself. You're aware of this situation, I'm really a shameful clan leader. Fuyue is still very self-aware, and he knows Yuzhibo's current situation better than others. He was unable to resist the orders of the high-ranking officials in Kiba, and he was also unable to eliminate the different voices within the clan. Continuing like this, Yuzhibo's future is worrying. However, Yuzhibo Fuyue is not the type of person who easily accepts defeat. Let's have a final say. Yuzhibo Fuyue put on a combat posture. Uchiha Yosuke also showed no hesitation. Since that's the case, then I'm not polite. Please be careful. Chapter 8. Advantages of Youjie. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boom. Uchiha Yosuke remained silent and burst into flames. He took a deep breath, his legs slightly bent down, and chakra immediately began to crazily gather in his lower body. Uchiha Yosuke leaped directly to a height of several tens of meters. Fire escape, the art of the giant fireball. Uchiha Yosuke let out a low shout, his fist turning into a flame, and then suddenly struck. Is the future Uchiha Itachi very strong with 10 seals per second? Yosuke's fire attribute endurance method does not require a seal. The scorching heat grew larger and gradually enveloped the entire arena. The extremely high temperature causes the nearby air to become somewhat distorted, as if space is fluctuating. Under the duel arena, the audience's hair was slightly curled with a perm, but they were sweating profusely from their backs. Is this the strength of Flame Ghost Youjie? It's simply too scary. A veteran elite member of the Uchiha family, Uchiha, stepped forward to defend the situation. Those who are not up to the level of tolerance will all retreat to 50 meters away. Those who can escape by water, prepare the barrier with me. Upon hearing these words, everyone immediately regained their senses. Is the battle between these strong men just a child's play? If caught up in it, you will lose your life. Even in the aftermath, ninjas with moderate tolerance are simply unable to resist. Fortunately, the duel arena of the Uchiha clan covers a large enough area, which gives them space to use their water escape defense. After all, this is the outskirts of the Wooden Leaves, so they can renovate it as they want. According to the meaning of the high-level management of Kiba, Uchiha has migrated to the edge area of Kiba. The Nine Tails Rebellion is claimed to be an accident to the public. But in fact, the senior management of Kiba ultimately pointed their suspicion towards Uchiha, who has the Sharingan. After experiencing a riot, almost all other families have received the compensation they want, while the Uchiha clan give you a large piece of open space and rebuild the police department on your own. Yuzhibo completely followed the orders of the upper level of the Wooden Leaf in his work, and in return, it was simply not too heartwarming. The key is that the unreasonable demands from the clan leader Uchiha Fuyue actually agreed. This also indicates once again that Fuyue does not have the ability to lead Uchiha well. Faced with Uchiha Yosuke's attack, Uchiha Fuyue's eyes were slightly solemn, and he clasped his hands and began to quickly seal. Youjie, your invincible escape, no matter how many times you see it, is still so amazing. Water escape, water formation wall. At the mouth of Yuzhibo Fuyue, a waterfall like water gushed out, enveloping himself. The flames whizzed against the hair tips of Uchiha Fuyue, and the scene was truly critical. Even a master like Yuzhibo Fuyue, without advanced prediction, would not be able to resist the invincible escape of Flame Ghost Youjie. Kaka. Under the powerful impact, the ground of the duel arena was riddled with cracks. Crushed stones mixed with flames scattered down the field. The upper ninja of the Uchiha clan united to use water escape, which was the only way to block the lingering flames. Zzz. The sound of water and fire encountering each other, tumultuous and steaming dry, can never be ignored. On the duel field, waves of mist gradually formed, just like using the technique of mist concealment. With the help of mist, Yosuke Uchiha launched another attack. Uzi wave flows, sword leaps flame. Yosuke jumped up and pulled out his sword from his waist, diving down. The blade was attached to flames, like a white rainbow piercing through the sun and cutting through the water curtain in front of me. Yuzhibo Fuyue gave a contemptuous smile. In front of the wheel I don't do these little actions anymore. As soon as he finished speaking, he took a horizontal block and intercepted Yuzhibo, who was planning to sneak around and attack. Hee. Uchiha Yosuke's mouth suddenly curved, and his body, which had been ambushed, turned into a mist. Yuzhibo Fuyue's pupils contracted. Shadow clone. Between lightning and flint Uchiha Yosuke appeared face to face again, cutting off Uchiha Fuyue's left hair with a sword. The attack failed to work, and Yosuke muttered in secret, "It's a pity." Although Yuzhibo Fuyue made a misjudgment, it is still quite difficult to launch a frontal surprise attack on the Sharingan. The two of them separated at a touch and retreated back to their original position. In a simple encounter, Yuzhibo Fuyue had already been startled into a cold sweat. Yosuke actually deceived his own insight. That sword just now almost caused him to overturn the car. Thinking of this, Yuzhibo Fuyue directly revealed his three-hook jade riding will eyes. Yosuke's strength is unfathomable. If he doesn't take it seriously, he is likely to capsize in the sewer. The pupil power of the Sharingan is not limited, and as long as he concentrates, it is difficult for Yosuke to have the opportunity to launch another surprise attack on him. There was a hint of admiration in Yuzhibo Fuyue's eyes. Youjie, your progress speed exceeds my imagination. It seems that I also need to show my true strength. Yosuke smiled slightly without hesitation. The warm-up is over, now it's time to get serious. The battle just now has surpassed the average level of endurance, but for Toyotomi and Yosuke, it was just a test. According to Youjie's speculation, it is highly likely that Uchiha Fuyue, like himself, has already opened the kaleidoscope Sharingan. However, this pupil force can easily cause fear in the upper layers of the wood leaves. With Yuzhibo Fuyue's temperament, he should not easily expose it unless absolutely necessary. Simply competing between ninjutsu and physical skills, Yosuke Uchiha's fire escape chakra mode has significant advantages. The 4th generation Thunder Shadow AI in Thunder Dun Chakra mode is a fierce man who can chase after Yuzhibo and beat him. The same goes for Yosuke's Fire Escape Chakra mode. In this state, his speed and destructive power will show an increase of geometric multiples. Speaking of which, even in the competition of pupil techniques, Yusuke Uchiha is not at all illusory. Who is afraid of who is also riding will eyes in a kaleidoscope. Although Yosuke is not famous for his illusions, his pupils are not weak at all. Even if the Uchiha family and Yosuke are equally famous for instant body and water stopping, they are not his opponents in terms of pupil technique. You should know that Jishue Future is the ceiling of Uchiha's pupil surgery. Yosuke's ability to suppress water retention is evident in his mastery of pupil techniques. Chapter 9. Intense Combat. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. My Street. 3rd generation Hokage and 2 consultants repeatedly jumped horizontally on the roof of a room. Monkey fly, what exactly is going on here? I remember that the relationship between Uchiha Yosuke and Uchiha Fuyue was quite good on a daily basis. Mito Menyen and Watanabe Koharu couldn't help but express their doubts. Suddenly, this kind of thing happened, and both consultants were a bit confused. Uchiha Yosuke usually shows great respect to Uchiha Toyama. Even as the deputy captain of the police department, he can be said to be the right-hand man of Uchiha Fuyue. Uchiha Yosuke suddenly stepped forward to compete for the position of clan leader, which simply doesn't make sense. Monkeys fly and the sun slay their hearts with slander. What about the left and right arms? Isn't that old boy from Tuanzang also thinking about my position as the fire shadow all day long? Although he thought so in his heart, Ape Flying Sun / could not speak directly. He shook his head and spoke with a rather serious expression. The current situation is not clear, so we need to rush over as soon as possible. Under no circumstances can this matter affect the stability of the village. The 2 consultants nodded in agreement, realizing that as people age, they tend to indulge in a comfortable environment. Of course, Guiying Tuansang is probably an exception. He is an ambitious person who refuses to stick to his own path and has always wanted to come up with something. A typical person is not old in heart. Tomorrow I will become a Hokage, and then like the first Hokage, I will pacify the chaotic world and unify the ninja realm. Tuanzang has been living in such dreams for most of his life. Having high expectations but low skills is also a major characteristic of Guiying Tuansang. Exploratory question on Mito Gate inflammation. Sun / should we stop this battle? Apes fly and the sun slay in silence. Looking back on Yusuke Uchiha's past performance, he only felt a surge of dizziness. Yuzhibo Fuyue has a gentle temperament and is easy to control. However, Yusuke Uchiha is clearly not a good speaker. During the Third Ninja War, Yusuke Uchiha vividly portrayed his style of refusing to suffer losses. If such people become tribal chiefs, it will be difficult for them to hold on to Yuzhibo anymore. Compared to Uchiha Yosuke, Yukihiro Higashi still feels that Uchiha Toyoka is more suitable for the position of clan leader. Unfortunately, big families like Yuzhibo often have their own set of rules. Even if he is Hokage, he cannot intervene in the election of Uchiha clan leader. Thinking of this, Ape Flying Sun / said lightly. The village should maintain harmony and avoid meaningless struggles. Hurry up, let's go over and stop this farce now. My former comrade Yuzhibo Jing, now Yuzhibo's double-walled, flame ghost Yosuke, and instant stop water, and Yuzhibo Itachi, who has already emerged at a young age monkey flying sun slaying silently sighed. Why does Uchiha always appear as a stunning genius in the ninja realm? Why isn't my ape-flying family so competitive? In the era of the second generation Hokage, the monkey-flying family produced 2 ninjas with all attributes, the monkey-flying Sasuke and the monkey-flying Raju, which ultimately established the situation of the third generation Hokage falling off the monkey-flying. Looking further down, the ape-flying clan is a bit far behind the Uchiha clan. It is not an exaggeration to say that the talents of Flame Ghost Youjie and Instant Body Water Stopping are unparalleled in the current ninja world. Uchiha Itachi, who graduated from ninja school at the age of 7, is no less impressive than Kiba Hakuda's son, Kiki Kakashi. Kakashi is a disciple of the 4th generation Fire Shadow Wave Feng Shui sect, and he can also be considered a member of the Fire Shadow sect. However, the two geniuses of Uchiha are completely unrelated to his Fire Shadow sect. Several years later, 3 more shadow-level powerhouses emerged within the Uchiha clan. At that time, will Yuzhibo still obediently obey the arrangement of Kiba's Hokage? Thinking of this, Ape Flying Sun / once again quickened his pace. We must try our best to prevent Yuzhibo from changing his clan leader. Uchiha Dueling Ground. The battle between the two has entered a white-hot stage. Among the watching ninjas, there are occasional cries of surprise. Is this the strength of a genius? Yosuke is really too strong. The Sharingan has replicated hundreds of ninjutsu techniques, and the clan leader is not easy either. This level of combat has left many upper ninjas amazed. The battle between the clan leader and Youjie is probably approaching the level of Hokage, isn't it? In the eyes of ordinary ninjas, shadow level is the pinnacle of the ninja world. Receiving such an evaluation shows that the battle between the two has surpassed the imagination of many ninjas. On the duel field, Yuzhibo Fuyue looked at his opponent with a slightly hurried breath, and a smile curved his lips. Youjie, it seems that I have a certain advantage. Yusuke Uchiha directly replied with ninjutsu. Fire Escape, Phoenix Flower Claw Red. Faced with Uchiha Yusuke's attack, Uchiha Fuyue also directly gave up using Mizumi. Although water suppresses fire, it is only copied through the Sharingan. Yuzhibo is better at using fire to control fire. Yuzhibo and Fuyue quickly formed their seal. Fire Escape, the art of dragon fire. A fiery dragon leapt into the air and swallowed up the flame-wielding sword thrown by Yosuke. Faced with the oncoming flame dragon, Uchiha Yosuke's mind moved directly into the fire escape chakra mode. Want to conquer fire with fire? It also depends on whose fire it is. Boom, boom, boom. The dragon fiercely collided with Yusuke's body, but failed to cause any harm to him. Yuzhibo Fuyue's expression sank. Fire escape chakra mode. Are you finally going to take it seriously? Yuzhibo Fuyue drew his sword and fought closely with Yuzhibo Youjie. This is a duel between Uchiha wave swordsmanship. Yuzhibo Fuyue had initially exerted a slight suppression on Youjie, but when Youjie entered the fire escape chakra mode, this situation was completely reversed. Yusuke Uchiha's physical and swordsmanship skills are not inferior to those of Fuyuki Uchiha. The reason why he fell slightly behind is simply due to the difference in combat experience. The fire escape chakra mode has caused a qualitative change in Youjie's strength, and the slight difference in combat experience can naturally be ignored. Yuzhibo Fuyue has been retreating step by step and has been pushed to the edge of the duel arena. If this continues, he will lose this battle. Yuzhibo Fuyue was deeply shocked in his heart. Has Youjie's strength reached this level? Damn it, it seems like I can keep some reservations too. Yuzhibo Fuyue seized the opportunity and suddenly approached, directly aiming at Youjie and spinning his own 3-hook jade riding wheel eyes. Magic, the art of shackles. The technique of shackles and hangings is a kind of golden binding illusion, where the person being captured will be wedged through their body and unable to move. Uchiha Itachi once used this move to instantly kill Orochimaru, one of the 3 ninjas. Yosuke's mouth curved into a cold smile. Want to use illusion to deal with me? How naive. Chapter 10. Yuzhibo New Clan Leader. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the same time, Yusuke Uchiha also rotated his Senkoku Sharingan. Magic, the mirror is spinning in the sky. On the duel field. The fighting came to an abrupt end, leaving only two people with their eyes facing each other. At this moment, a knowledgeable Uchiha was the first to speak up and break the silence at the scene. The outcome has been decided, it was the leader of the Fuyue tribe who won. This statement immediately gained recognition from many people. Yuzhibo Fuyue is known as the Ferocious Eye, and his expertise in pupil surgery is self-evident. Having been hit head-on by the clan chief's illusion, even the so-called flame ghost, Uchiha Yosuke may not be able to unravel it at all. A master's move can determine victory or defeat in an instant. Yosuke's body is under illusion, and now he can only be slaughtered by others. Many people couldn't help but shake their heads and feel sorry for Yosuke. Being able to push the leader of the Fuyue tribe to this level is actually quite impressive, Youjie. Without using the right will eye, the winner would definitely be Yosuke, right? Several families are happy, while others are worried. The ninjas of the Uchiha family have different thoughts. Listening to the whispers of the crowd, a faint hint of disdain appeared at the corners of the mouths of Daohua and Tiehua. Can't Yosuke, who has opened the kaleidoscope Sharingan, solve the clan chief's illusion? Stop joking. The spiritual world. Uchiha Yosuke's body was wedged and completely unable to move. Yuzhibo Fuyue stood in front of him with his arms clasped in front of him and spoke with a smile on his face. Youjie, you're still careless. Although it was a bit thrilling, he still managed to maintain the dignity of his own clan leader. Once you have won your own will eye illusion spell, this battle has already ended. Youjie, give up. In this way, I will help you unlock the immobilization technique. Yuzhibo Fuyue's expression was relaxed, as if he were a winner. Did Youjie really lose? Of course not. A smile suddenly appeared at the corner of Uchiha Yosuke's mouth. He lifted his head and said word by word, the battle is not over yet. You shouldn't relax your guard, Chief Fuyue. Yuzhibo Fuyue suddenly sensed a hint of danger. When he regained his senses, the wedge that had just secured Yosuke had already shifted onto himself. Yuzhibo Fuyue's expression changed dramatically. This is fantasy rebound. He is somewhat incredulous. How could Fuyue, the renowned leader of the Uchiha clan and the notorious, ferocious eye, have been hit by someone else's rebound illusion? How could this be possible? Regardless of whether Uchiha Fuyue believes it or not, the fact is now too much for him to refute. Yuzhibo Fuyue's heart was struggling frantically. I didn't expect Yosuke's pupils to be so terrifying. Do I have to give up on this? When it comes to playing cards, Yuzhibo Fuyue also hides a hand of kaleidoscope writing will eyes. Based on the current situation, it is highly likely that Yosuke has also gained this power like himself. Ninjutsu and swordsmanship, he has just lost to Yosuke. If we continue to compete for pupil strength, how can he ensure that he won't lose even if it's a kaleidoscope? And Uchiha also exposed two hidden kaleidoscope writing will eyes at the same time. What would the senior management of Kiba think? The Nine Tails Rebellion has yet to clear the suspicion of Yuzhibo. Keep playing, both of them play their cards. Isn't that equivalent to admitting Uchiha's charges to the senior management of Kiba? Thinking of this, Yuzhibo Fuyue suddenly dissipated his crazily rising pupils. He sighed dejectedly and silently recited in his heart. Perhaps it's not a bad thing to hand over Yuzhibo to Youjie in advance. If he becomes the clan leader, it should bring a completely different situation to the clan members, right? Yuzhibo Fuyue's body relaxed and he knelt down with a thud. I lost this battle. The sudden change made the watching ninjas dumbfounded. What situation? Didn't Yosuke already fall under the illusion of the Fuyue clan leader? Why did Chief Fuyue lose? Many Uchiha family members rubbed their eyes at the same time, fearing that they had hallucinations. Daohua and Tiehua couldn't control their inner excitement. Yosuke is truly Yosuke. You are the head of the Uchiha clan. Yuzhibo Jishue also let out a long sigh. Even the clan leader's illusion can be cracked. Brother Youjie's strength is truly unfathomable. Jishue looked at Yusuke with a somewhat complicated expression. When Yusuke was practicing hallucinations just now, he actually had a hint of joy in his heart. Because this can indicate that the gap between him and Yusuke is actually not that big. However, the fact has proven that not only is Youjie impeccable in his fire escape, but his pupil technique is also equally brilliant. He had originally planned to surpass Yusuke Ekigo by continuously developing Sharingan. Now it seems that this road is also a long and arduous one. The battle has just ended, and the third-generation Hokage Monkey Flying Sun Slayer has arrived at the scene with 2 Kiba advisors. Harmony is precious in all things. There shouldn't be such disputes among the same race. Yuzhibo saluted Fuyue and spoke. Lord Huiying, the battle has ended. The Monkey Flying Sun's secret path is not good. Are you still one step late? He forced a smile on his face and asked. What was the result? Yuzhibo Fuyue's mouth curved into a bitter smile. Fuyue's skills are not as good as humans. Uchiha won the battle just now. The position of Yuzhibo clan leader. Before Fuyue could finish speaking, the 2 consultants interrupted him directly. Why didn't Yuzhibo notify us in advance of the important matter of changing the clan leader? Has Yuzhibo really taken the high-level management of Muye seriously? Upon hearing this, Yuzhibo Fuyue turned his head to one side. Is it difficult to serve the high-ranking officials of Muye? I'm sorry, that's Youjie's matter. What are you barking at my dog for? Yuzhibo Fuyue was lying in place, and Youjie could only stand up. According to convention, even Huiying has no right to intervene in Yuzhibo's election for clan chief, right? Is the consultant trying to break tradition and meddle in my Uchiha's internal affairs? In just a few simple words, the 2 advisors, Kiba and Yosuke, who choked directly, were speechless. When the first Hokage established Konoha, there was an agreement with various tribes that they would never interfere in the internal affairs of the family. How can the 2 generations of the Qianshou family, Huiying, dare to take the lead in something they dare not do? Once this matter spreads, the major families of Kiba may join forces to protest. Even if they are advisors to the senior management of Kiba, they are completely unable to bear the consequences. Seeing that the atmosphere was not right, the third-generation Hokage Monkey Flying Sun immediately put an end to it. They were only momentarily anxious and had no intention of interfering with Uchiha's internal affairs. What is Yuzhibo's next arrangement? Upon hearing this, Yuzhibo Fuyue went online again. Lord Huiying, I have decided. Starting from today, abdicate and transfer the position of clan leader to Youjie. As soon as the words fell, a burst of cheers erupted among the Uchiha people. Long live Yosuke, long live the new clan leader. This is naturally the result of the leading instigation of Rice Fire and Iron Fire. Seeing that Uchiha was well received by the public, the matter of Yusuke assuming the new clan leader has become a foregone conclusion. Although the Monkey Flying Sun had some reluctance in his heart, he could only show a friendly smile to soothe Yusuke. Since that's the case, Yuzhibo's future is entrusted to you, Youjie. Uchiha Yosuke also showed a slight smile on his face. Don't worry, I won't disappoint everyone.